doctors told me that I was diagnosed with clinical depression and maybe I should consider doing something about it. I think after everything that happened in October, I just mentally checked out.
Mumbai police say they're seeking legal opinion if an FIR can be registered against Tanmay Bhat.
And I feel almost paralyzed and unable to participate socially, online or even offline.
But easily the creepiest thing today on the dais is Ranveer Singh. Seriously, Ranveer, you're such a slut. If you f***ed a chick with Ebola, she would die of AIDS first. If I were to describe you, I would not say Rajiv is the pinnacular zenith of biopollinating vaginal diaspora. I would just say, ek number ka chuti aadmi.
It's been a few months now since the doctors told me to start medication and start trying to get out of this phase. And I honestly sometimes just get super worried that this state of paralysis is permanent and I might never get back to being who I was or operating to my potential.
Tanmay Bhatt posted this video while he was suffering from depression. But to know what led to this pathetic situation, we have to go back to 2012 where it all started. Tanmay Bhatt and Gurusilma Kamba, two comedians, co-founded a company called All India Bakchot aka AIB in 2012. The name is a parody of All India Radio. Their friends and fellow comedians Rohan Joshi and Ashish Shakya later decided to join them, and the four of them co-founded a YouTube channel in 2013 and began posting comedy sketches. Their content addressed current issues such as rape, ragging in engineering schools and online harassment, which quickly gained traction, receiving millions of views on each video, and everyone fell in love with them. They went from being a regular podcast to India's most popular YouTube channels in a matter of years. As a result of their success, AIB was transformed into a media company that creates comedic sketches, stage performance and television shows. Eventually, big names from Bollywood like Irfan Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, Alia Bhatt and Ranveer Singh started making appearances on their YouTube channel. AIB was even featured in Forbes India's 2015 list of top earning celebrities alongside Shah Rukh Khan, Amitabh Bachchan, Akshay Kumar and Virat Kohli. In 2015, the AIB Knockout show went live on YouTube. The AIB Knockout was a celebrity roast show that included jokes about sex, religion, skin color and homosexuality. The show received 4 million views in just 4 days after it went live on YouTube.
Oh, they're gonna get f***ed in the ass. Let's go watch these, but we won't go to multiplex to watch film.
25 बार देख सकते थे गुंडे में 4000 में
Baba,
ये लोग
Another little announcement, Pariniti Chopra is not here tonight because we told her she'd get fucked by 10 dudes in front of 4,000 people.
If you work hard and if you persevere, then one day you too can suck Adi Chopra's cock.
Ashish Shakya is so black. His girlfriend gives him a blowjob every time she craves kala khatta.
AIB was forced to remove the show from YouTube due to widespread public outrage from religious groups, Bollywood actors and right-wing political activists. As a result, an FIR was filed against 14 showgoers, including producer-director Karan Johar, actor Ranveer Singh, Arjun Kapoor, Deepika Padukone and Alia Bhatt. But that was only the beginning. The worst thing that had ever happened to Tanmay Bhatt was about to begin. What's up people, this is John Joseph, welcome to Date. Tanmay posted a short Snapchat video titled Sachin vs Lata Civil War, which led to a massive controversy. Tanmay Bhatt begins the video by imitating Sachin Tendulkar, portraying him as jealous and frustrated with Virat Kohli's greater batting ability.
He said that Virat Kohli is 10 times better than me. And I guess I just want to know if you guys also think the same. If Virat is indeed 10 times better than me, it is definitely very pissing off for me as a... No! Fuck Virat, okay? Just fuck it! Yeah, so I was saying, no, I definitely very respectful for Virat. He's very good with bat and lady. I just feel like going Kutriya!
He then introduces his second character, the late singer Lata Mangeshkar, and says that she's 5,000 years old. She's so old that she should die right now.
Oh, Lata Kai, namaskar. Very respectfully, I would like to add that you are 5,000 years old. So please stay the fuck out of this. Yeah, but so what if I'm 5,000 years old? I mean, yeah, but have you seen your face? It looks like someone has kept you in water for like 8 days. Just look at you. You know, like Jon Snow also died, so you should also. Well, at least if my fans come and I die, also all my fans will come and they will sing songs for me. Listen, enough, okay? Listen, even my funeral, my fans will come. They will do like my signature move, okay? They will do mine also.
After the video was published on YouTube, many people, including celebrities and political figures, found it offensive and not funny. The vast majority of the audience saw it as an insult to the two Indian legends, and there was far too much hatred directed at him on the internet. On this issue, many celebrities, including Anupam Kher and Ritesh Deshmukh, took it to Twitter to criticize Tanmay. The situation escalated to a point where people took it to the streets, raising slogans and burning Tanmay's effigy. Political parties demanded that an FIR be filed against him and AIB, and they claimed Tanmay should be be arrested. He was even threatened with death at one point. This was one of the most difficult times Tanmay and his family had to endure, but they had no idea that the worst was yet to come. Even in the middle of these controversies, Tanmay Bhat and AIB have become well known and have established themselves as industry leaders in a short period of time. They had millions of views on YouTube and became the most followed channel in Asia. They had connections with celebrities from all over Bollywood industry and have worked with several large corporations including Amazon and Hotstar. Most importantly, they had a fairly large fan base that idolized them. Altogether, Tanmay Bhatt's life was getting better and better. At least he thought it was. But everything was coming to an end when creative director and writer Mohanan tweeted this online. I want everyone to know that Utsav Chakravarti is a piece of shit. He sent me a dick pic, was creepy, then cried saying I will ruin his career if I tell others. I told two of the most influential men in comedy in India. Nothing happened. Let me tell you what else he has done with others. In a tweet, former AIB member Utsav Chakravarti was accused of sending sexually explicit messages and unsolicited dick pics to multiple women, including herself and minors. She shared several accounts of women claiming to have been asked for naked photographs by him. She claimed that Utsav kept asking a 17-year-old girl, essentially a child, to send pictures of her private parts. In another tweet, she said that AIB knew. I don't know if all of them knew, but the person who runs it knew. I told him, AIB still give him work. You should know this. She claims that AIB was aware of all these issues but remained silent and took no action. While Utsav was still working in AIB, Tanmay Bhatt was made aware of the specific detailed allegations regarding Utsav's behavior in private and personal conversation. But Tanmay confronted Utsav in personal capacity, which led Utsav calling up the person who made the allegation, crying, apologizing, and putting her in an uncomfortable position. Utsav continued to work for AIB as freelancer even during and after the allegations, which AIB describes as a mistake on their part. Tanmay Bhatt wasn't accused of any sexual harassment, but he was accused of not stopping Utsav. It was said that he ignored the complaints about Utsav, talked to him but took no official action. Following the incident, Tanmay Bhatt resigned as CEO, and AIB stated in its official Twitter account that Tanmay will no longer be involved in day-to-day operations of AIB in any way. He was also fired as judge on Amazon Prime show Comicstan. In the midst of all these allegations, an anonymous woman accused AIB co-founder Gursimran Kamba of harassing her, which made the situation even worse. She claimed that Gursimran Kamba allegedly made unwanted advances towards her on several occasions. In response to this accusation, Gursimran Kamba issued a statement in which he apologized for his actions, but strongly denied that consent had been broken. But he was fired as a result of this incident, and the company stated that he will no longer be involved in AIB's operations and will work independently of his own. After all these allegations and the controversy, Tanmay claims that they were in crores of debts at AIB. All of the brands that had been working with them suddenly cut ties with them. They had already invested a lot of money in the production of a show for Amazon, which was currently underway. The company started to struggle as they didn't have any brand deals. In addition, they had been in discussions with various OTT platforms to sell the movie they had produced, titled Chindu Ka Birthday. They had completed production on some projects that they were unable to officially launch. All those production costs had now been thrown away. As soon as acquisitions were made and the media started talking about them, all of their revenue streams vanished overnight. This chain of events resulted in the downfall of AIB, the company that Tanmay Bhatt had built from scratch. It was the darkest period in Tanmay Bhatt's life. He went through a lot of pain and suffering. His life's work, a company he spent the last 10 years building, was destroyed by this event. After this, Tanmay Bhatt disappeared from the media spotlight for nearly a year. For a long time, no one heard from him, but one day he posted a video on Instagram. In that video, he revealed that he was suffering from depression and that he might never get back to being who he was. They all said he was finished and wouldn't come back, but all of them were wrong. He came back stronger than ever. Tanmay realized at that point that whatever had happened in his life had been enough, and it was now the time to do something in life and rebuild himself. All of the allegations he had to face, all of the pain he endured, all of the criticism he was subjected to, he used as fuel to become a better version of himself. He made the decision to do PUBG live streams on YouTube, and eventually he began roasting and reacting to videos, which resulted in a large number of views, and he gradually realized that people were starting to love his videos again, and his YouTube channel was gaining traction. Apart from gaming and roasting, Tanmay then decided to get into topics like psychology, building wealth, and personal finance. What makes Tanmay different from other creators is the way he represents things, and of course his skill at making people laugh. He has established multiple successful YouTube channels that have more than 5 million subscribers as of this day. He is now active in the YouTube creator space, securing brand deals and creating videos that he loves. He also writes for popular television advertisements. You can see him team up with Netflix on numerous occasions. Tanmay's life story teaches us one important life lesson. You can always come back stronger and achieve your goals, no matter how many times you have been beaten. Do you know that Nas Daily is not an innocent person that you see online? To know how he scammed a poor old lady, watch this video.